Hey, welcome back again to the DDK CAD Technology Systems ongoing demo series of the composite panel builder. And what we're going to talk about now is how to modify elevation panels after you've created them. And what I have some over here, some notes to talk about. And one of the first things is when you get field changes back, you can use base AutoCAD commands like stretch and move and things like that to adjust the panels. So all you need to do, for example, is let's say we just wanted to stretch. Okay, so you could just say stretch or pick it out of your menu system. And then we could just take the whole top row here and then just drop it down maybe 4 inches or 3 inches or something like that. That's it. It's based AutoCAD. You can do whatever you want. Then all you do is recreate these panels, like basically redraw them using the draw flat panel, and that's it. Only when it physically changes. Now, what about adding plans and sections so that maybe this is a corner panel? Okay, under your draw section utilities, there's a utility called draw plans and sections. Click on that, and then we're just going to come up here and figure out. Let's say it goes around the corner 12 inches. Okay, so we're going to start with plan. Plans are drawn left to right, so we're going to go down 12 inches and then over to about right there, and that's our plan. So all the panels on this wall right here are connected. We need to connect to that plan. So to do that, you go into your miscellaneous commands, quick link, plans and sections, or you could just type Q link, click on your plan or section, and then click on at least one of the panel tags. You have to hit a panel tag first, and then you can window the rest of them. But you can't just window them. You have to do it this way. It's the way I wrote it. So there you go. So now we got that linked. And if we had a section, let's say this bottom row has a section. So we'll do the same thing, but this time we'll call it a section under these utilities, draw plans and sections. Let's say the panel actually folds under here. So the section from top to bottom, we're going to draw it from here, and it's a section, and then go down to here, something like that, and then we'll go around 12 inches. Okay, that's our section. And you can notice the sections I have stay at yellow, and I modified the program so that the plans will come in at a different color, just so you can distinguish which one's which. Then the same thing here, we'll link these panels to this section, and that's quick link again under C colon do a quick link, click on that one tag at least, then you can window the rest of them. Now they're all linked. So that's one way of changing it. Um, the Let's say some of these panels are a different color. Right now we have two colors involved in this program. So we look at miscellaneous commands, change elevation panel color. So you click on that, and let's say this row, whoops, I want it to be titanium. This row and this row are titanium. And what it does is create a hatch pattern for you for that particular color. You can create your own hatch, link your own hatch pattern, style, scale, and everything in the project INI under hatch. So this is the primary color never gets a hatch. And then if you want to switch it back, you could just go like this and say change color, hit return, say bone white, and then just highlight. Even if you do highlight the panels that are bone white already, they'll change. Okay, so that's how you do that. We have extrusion scenarios here. Perhaps all the panels across the top stop. They don't have any return. They just butt up against the soffit or whatever's there, and they just don't have any metal extrusion or anything. So what you would do is use the swap extrusion utility and find the extrusion type that you want to use. If you're not sure, you can always go into the editor and then say, well, I don't want it to have any value. And normally an N is 0, so N would be the one you want to use. So let's go back to swapping the extrusion and pick N, and then you just window that whole row at the top. and they'll all change to ends. So that's how you do that. Now when you build the panel, it won't have a return edge on that. Let's go ahead and draw one of the panels real quick just to show you. Um, and I'm gonna select this one and this one and that one. Okay, and it's going to go to our draw flat panel dialog. I'm going to highlight them and say draw them, and then it's going to go into our work zone and draw those panels. I just want to see what they look like. Okay, there's that corner panel, and here's here's the one on the end. See how the top has no value, right? Did it the whole way across, and then this one is just a regular panel. That's how that works. Okay, so let's go back up to where we were. Now, one of the other things, maybe you want instead of the 600 series, you wanted it to be the 800 series for some reason. I don't know. So you can come under miscellaneous commands, and it's called sequence panel names. And then just highlight the whole bank of them, and it's going to ask you what do you want, and then say we'll start with 800, and then say OK, and then all the panels will switch ender tags. So the panels that we just created down here are going to be obsolete. So next time you drew panels, it would have deleted them anyways. So now we have our new panel tags. So let's say that this is actually a canopy, or we're looking down on the back of the panels instead of the front. So how do I make all of these panels that is reflective, and meaning that when you build them, you don't want them to be mirrored or flipped on the X or Y axis. So under your one of your tools here is edit panel. So you click on that. You can click on any panel and then just window the rest of them, and then say reflective ceiling, and then save it. And then all the panels are now reflective, meaning when you draw the panel, let's draw 814 for example. And I'm just going to use quick draw this time so I don't have to go into the dialog. You have to do at least one dialog for the draw flat panel just to set the things. I got my dimension style set too high right now, and I could fix that, but I don't want to waste the time to do it. Anyway, that's how you would do it, and your dimensions are on the left when it is reflective. If it was mirrored, the dimensions would be over here. So that's how you know it actually did it. Okay, let's go back up to our thing. All right, now one of them is the program has weeps automatically figured out, but it automatically puts it on the third edge of the panel counterclockwise. So 1, 2, 3. So we would put weeps on this side, but we want weeps down here too. So there's a command called set weep sides, and it's inside your edit weeps utility. You'll see you're here manual commands, and then you click on that and said add weeps. No, I don't want to. I want to set the weep sides. Yes, SWS. So that's how you know what it is. SWS, and then we hit enter, and then we just highlight that, highlight this, and enter. And then now the program knows that this 625 panel has weeps here and here. And I'm going to go into the main dialog again just because I want to make sure weeps is turned on. And it was not turned on, so I'm going to turn it on and then draw this panel. And then down here, it's going to, you'll notice that the dimension flips. Wow, you get lots of dimensions, but there should be weeps. Oh man, that thing, yeah, it flipped all over the place. It's like, okay, I don't know. Anyway, there's the weeps over here. It rotated the panel because the weeps are over here. It just did the top of the panel is over here, so it did a rotation on it. And so what we'll do is go in and lock it down with a fixed it's called fixed grain. So we want the panel to actually look like go this way. So we're going to put a fixed grain on it, add multi-grain, just click on the panel and add a horizontal grain. There it is. And now let's rebuild the panel. And we should get the results we're looking for here. There we go. And then underneath here, there's your weep, and then you should have a weep down here. That's good. I'll take care of the dimensions later. All right, and you can rescale the IDs. That's one of the standard utilities built in miscellaneous commands. Come down, rescale panel IDs, and then just window it. It'll tell you what the current scale is. It's 16. Well, let's make it 12. So then, and you could do the same with the panel tags. Okay, so that's a quick overview of a lot of the modifications that you can do to elevation panels. So when you have funny scenarios where you have to have a different return leg length on one edge of the panel versus another, that's how you take care of it. All right, thanks for listening.